I know you are the one. Now I want to tell you I love you in my song.
And good morning to you, Grenada, Carrick, and Pity Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you until the 12 o'clock hour, yeah? Devon is unable to be with us this morning. You know, every now and again he has different scenes he had to go and handle, so that's one of the mornings.
All my love is for you. Yeah. Sometime when I feel sad and lonely, na 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 na, lady, you give me love and make me happy. Na 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 na. I know many times I've done things that bring water to your eyes, but I know it's wrong, so now I apologize. African lady, no, King man love you, King man love you, King man love you, I man love, yes I love African lady.
Yes, listeners. Yeah, my partner Zingo passed by, but he didn't want to come on radio this morning, so he passing by. He ain't coming on radio this morning. Yes, I had to tell them people that I'm making sure I leave the mic open so that they could hear when you're saying all them kind of thing. I'm making sure I leave it open. Good morning to all the listeners via the various radio stations, or whichever radio station you're listening to us on this morning. We say a very special, glorious Grenadian good morning to you. Those of you listening via 97.5 FM, that's City Sound FM, we say a special good morning to you. Also, those of you who are listening via 89.5 in Brooklyn via 94. Yeah, we sending them back for you just now. 94.9 FM. We say a special good morning to you. Hey, to my good friends Bobbies and Muscles. I must say a special good morning to you all. Yeah. Wait, somebody even wait for us to talk thing. They just call one time. You know. Let me see. Good morning. Let me make sure your microphone on there. Nice.
Yes.
Now I hear in your proper. Right. Yes. Good morning, caller. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, caller, you're live. Go right ahead.
Yeah, Sheldon, I upset this one. I upset bad.
Oh gosh, what upset you, Lino?
Election gone, Sheldon. And you know, people like Claudia Joseph and Nazim Buck and them still blaming people for the loss. I watched Claudia Joseph just telling Brenda she was one of them people who helped her lost the election. Come on, Sheldon.
Wait. She told Brenda what?
She's
something wrong with them, you know.
What did she say to Brenda?
Saying how Dr. Mitchell went in some polling station, how much time, intimidating people. What wrong with these guys and them? What wrong with these people? And Jude Bernard talking a pile of shit.
No, you can't use that kind of language on air. Check your temperature, check your pressure gauge. But you can't, I know you're upset, but you can't use that kind of language on air, alright?
Alright, sorry.
Yeah, right. Go right ahead.
Oh God, man, come on. Something wrong with them, man. Alright.
Okay, brother.
Well, of course something wrong with them. Them men just get 15 zip, something must wrong.
Back to back.
Back to back. You think it's easy to take? It's easy to take one, you know. You get one already. And then you get two, and then you get one, and then you get another one back to back. It ain't easy.
But the thing with it is this, Zingo.
Yeah.
I think now is a good time to reach out, especially to all of the members at the NDC. You see what your leadership is like. Well, your lack of leadership, but you see what it's like. You see their behavior. You see their attitude. I listened to Claudia Joseph this morning myself. I listened nearly the entire program with her this morning. And yes, I do have it recorded. And yes, I will be playing parts of it from time to time. So if you think because it's the week after election I dropped my guard, no.
If
I've
think
got the program recorded.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I picked up there is she still has not moved off of this thing that people needy and greedy. She still she doesn't get it. So she just has not moved off of that Grenadians are needy and greedy kind of people. And I fail to understand how anybody with common sense could continue to make the same error over and over
sometimes
over.
Sometimes the degree that's going in your head in Sheldon, you know what?
Well, boss, I don't know, because this one is absolutely
mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to the political leader of the NDC. They held a press conference yesterday morning. The political leader of the NDC and the chairman of the NDC.
Yeah.
They held a press conference yesterday morning. And it's
I haven't recorded it. I have to go and look at it. I don't want to listen to it.
I've got it recorded as well. Yeah. We have a call online. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. You know, I listened to the political leader for the NDC, and he was saying that he saw people paying people to vote in NNP in the line of election. But what I'm saying, if we saw that and it was against the law, he could have called the police or called some officer inside there and let them know what is going on.
Well, what I'm saying is this, I even listened to the one that they have making a set of noise on a Sunday. And she actually called the name of a specific individual and said that individual was paying people money on election day to go and vote.
Well,
but that's the concept they have, because I have a friend, and he tell me how that he wants some of the money that they pay us to vote for them. I say they pay us to go and vote for them. I say I never get anything from government. Only thing I ever get from government, we get from government, is the road going up over the post office there. When NNP had won the first 15 seat, Mr. Mark Isaac promised my great-grandmother, she gone to the great beyond. She promised her that he will get, he said to her, you will get that road, because we didn't have a road, stone, and we had to, it's a track we had. They give us that road. And from day one, I thank the NNP government for giving us that road. And it's a good road now. People can use that to go to town when the road is blocking Granham to go to town. Only thing I want to say to now to the representative down here, when he settled down, if he could try and fix the part that is breakdown. I remember a time I called you concerning that part.
Yes, you have on several occasions.
Yes, to fix that part when they settle down, if they could try and fix it for us, because it's getting worse.
And the drains as well.
And the drains.
Yes, because I saw a serious problem with the same drain you usually complain about there.
Yeah.
I saw a serious problem with it the last time it had some heavy rain,
Yes.
Right where you complain about, right where you talk about.
Yes.
I saw a problem there.
Yes. So I just want to say thank God for the NNP government, and it's God who make it happen, no one else. God who make it happen.
All right.
So guys, have a good day.
Thank you so very much.
And I'm confident that that Nikki is going to fix up some road in Granas, because
more than just road, Nikki.
Nikki.
Yes, the man do the Ministry of Health.
I want to say this. I want to say this, Sheldon. I am absolutely stunned with how quick that man transformed into a politician. You understand? Dr. Mitchell is a political genius. You know, it's not easy to pull out a man like Nikki to go into politics.
Yeah.
And
he's a businessman.
But
the thing is, even as a businessman, there are certain prerequisites that would bode you well as a politician. One, knowing how to manage, and he's an effective manager.
Yes.
Secondly, you have to know how to interact and deal with people, especially as a salesman. And remember, he was a car salesman.
Yeah.
That's the business, the business that they were into, and other businesses. So he had to know how to interact with the average person, with the business person, from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low. And so he already had those within him already. It was just applying it to the political field now instead of the sales and marketing.
Still, many people feel that you would have a problem transition to the lower echelons. But I'm telling you, man, Nikki has done well. He has done wonderful. And watch, it's a feat that we can't take for granted. It is not easy to leave a seat that you just won and go and contest in another seat and beat up people. I thought Dr. Mitchell alone that could do that. What Nicky proved.
We have a call on.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Hey, morning.
You know.
Well, I know you watch that one. I know you, my brother. I know you, so I know you watched that program this morning. I don't even have to ask that.
Well, I call him tell you.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Blue.
Hey.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And even on the press conference on GBN last night, you know, to me, I was amazed for the leader of the party, throwing blame all over the place and leaving himself free. And then you listen to GBN this morning. I mean, come on, it just amazed me. You get a chance to apologize to the nation, apologize to your people. A politician get a chance to apologize, they would jump at it.
Yeah.
You see, trying to explain and try to come up with some kind of scenario, and to me, trying to put Brenda in a position where she had to argue with you, which I kind of sad for Brenda, because a journalist should never be arguing with the person that they bring on the show.
With a guess.
Yeah, and she bring down Brenda to that level.
I
was kind of sad.
The thing is, between getting out of the car to come inside to sort out the studio, because we're having some work done in the studio, I missed the last quarter of the program.
Man, you should get a piece, man.
So I didn't hear it.
What?
But I have it recorded.
Well,
I have it recorded, so I will.
That's what the meet is, man. In the last 10 minutes, that's where the meet are.
One caller actually claimed that she accused Brenda of assisting in our loss.
Yeah. I mean, I'm amazed. You said something in your mouth. You have a number of times to apologize to the people for saying that, and you did not. Now you lost, and it's evident. People know you would lose. I mean, not like something like you're surprised, you know. It's not something like you're surprised you lose. Like, you didn't have a chance in the first place. We know that. But yeah, you lose. Come on, apologize to the people. Say you're sorry for saying that, and you didn't mean it that way, but, you're sorry. And people might say, I think Green are very forgiving people. We'll forgive. And the question, something strange I find, Sheldon. Brenda asked her a question. If the governor general were to call her, right? If we were to get a phone call from the governor general to maybe sit in the Senate, and she said she had to go back and ask her party members what to do. And I'm like,
No, but I could understand. No, I could understand that part, and I'll say why I could understand that part. If you're a part of a political organization, you represented that political organization, and due to that representation, you are asked to hold a particular portfolio. I think it would be the decent thing to do to go to. So I could understand that part, to go to her political party and ask. But in the interim, what we've been hearing from that political party, from their activists, is
don't
that don't take no part in that. Don't be coming involved.
So I don't know how we're going to get, when you start saying that in their mode, how are you going to move from that point to taking something? I don't understand.
Yeah.
But whoever offered them anything?
But I'm saying that
nobody has offered the leadership at the NDC anything outside of being part of the development of Grenada. No, they have good ideas. Nobody is saying that the NDC doesn't have good ideas. They have good ideas. Their ability to implement those good ideas is what was called into question during the election campaign. I've heard the political leader of the NDC, the very same Claudette Joseph and other members of the NDC, including their chairman Vincent Roberts, saying that their ideas and their plans for Grenada were rejected. The ideas and their plans for Grenada were not what was rejected. Nazim Burke, Claudette Joseph, Vincent Roberts, Kennedy Roberts, and the entire crew. Those are what was rejected last week Tuesday.
Yeah.
This time last week Tuesday, people rejected them. They didn't reject. Come on, if a plan is good for the country, why should not the NDC, if they have the technical capacity to be able to do it, why should they not approach the government and say, listen, we haven't got a seat in government, but this is a plan that we believe can work for the development of all Grenadians.
Simple like that.
And we are willing to work along with you and assist you in making that happen. There would be nothing wrong with that. And I know that the party to which I belong and the political leader of my party and the executive of my party would be welcoming to things like that.
Simple
Because
as
it's the
that.
benefit of all Grenadians.
All Grenadian.
Yeah. I don't know, man. These brothers, they don't have it at all. I gotta roll my voice.
All right.
All right, listen. Yeah, Zingo, it's like this. Because you look at, you listen to some of the statements and it's like, blame everybody but themselves.
Yeah.
They blame money. They say that NNP had more money
We
than
had money
them.
them.
Who had more posters out?
Yeah.
Who had more banners and so out? Every corner you look in this country, if the election was judged on posters, NDC they win.
Yeah.
I'm saying it clearly. If, when it comes to election paraphernalia, the NDC had their T-shirts out before the New National Party, and the New National Party called the election. They had their T-shirts out. They had their bands, their wristbands, their banners, all direction you look. Every junction in Grenada, yellow. You were seeing the posters.
They men have fancy posters.
Yeah. They had posters on wall, on tree, on rocks, on anything that they could have possibly find. They had up the big yellow flags that are still up in some areas, and it's going to cause problems for the Grenlec workers. Still up in some areas. If it was a money issue, then obviously they outspent the NNP when it came to that.
Yeah.
Because NNP had posters, but you were seeing more NDC posters and more variety of NDC posters than anything else. So if you want to come and talk about money, then posters cost money. So who had more posters? That can't be the issue. The issue is your lack of leadership. I listened to Claudette this morning speaking, and she was making a case about, there are dead people on the list. That shows a lack
of leadership. Yeah, because if there are dead people on the list, then your leader is supposed to ensure that he gets in contact with the election office.
Exactly.
And get those people named off the list.
No, she makes the statement and doesn't realize that she's indicting herself even worse.
Yeah.
When she says, these people have been dead 2 years now and they are on the list.
Yeah.
This guy here, sitting here, Sheldon Scott, I can't be a candidate and not know that the dead people on the list were removed. They have to be removed.
They have to be removed.
Because it's a simple process. You inform the Parliamentary Electoral Office. The Parliamentary Electoral Office will not just take a person off the list. They have to receive official notification that that person has passed to the great beyond. And look, for instance, our good friend Besso up there in St. George, it's in Andrew Northeast. He's still on the list, but he died just before the election.
Yeah.
Are you counting him and saying this is one of the people who have died on the list?
It can't be people like that she's talking about, because she said 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you're speaking about people 2 years ago, and you know that these people died 2 years ago, would you not, if you're capable and you're competent,
make
an application
if you're competent, just
to the Parliamentary Electoral Office and
you
say
could write letter. You're a lawyer.
Yeah,
you could pen. Yeah. You could put pen to paper.
Well,
make an application.
Even if it's not pen to paper, you could tap the screen.
Tap the screen. Put on your phone.
Do something.
Do something, man.
It just shows the incompetence.
Yeah.
The incompetence of the NDC political structure and organization, or lack thereof. Because right now they're complaining on everything that a proper political organization would have had done a long time ago. We have a caller. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, caller. You're live. Go right ahead. Hello.
Hello.
Caller, you're live. Go right ahead, please.
Yeah, this is Albert speaking. Seeing that Good Friday will be falling on the last Friday on Thursday, I would like to know when they're paying their money in St. David.
I'll find out that information, because it wouldn't just be St. David, it would be island-wide. So I'll find out that info for you and let you know.
Yeah, this is Albert.
Okay? Albert? Okay, well, he'll hear on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Albert, I'll find out that info for you. I doubt it would be this Friday. This Friday is the 23rd, so I believe it would be early during next week. But I'll find out for sure and let you know. You know you're a good fella and I know how to find you. All right? Yeah. I listen to the nonsense that's being put forward. Okay, you say 33,000 people voted for the NNP.
Yeah.
They're saying roughly 19,000 plus people did not vote at all, and then you had roughly 23 that voted for the NDC. So there are more people that voted against the NNP. Any school child that do maths, my little 6-year-old could tell you that it means that more people voted against the NDC.
Yeah, it's simple maths.
Because the number of the people that voted against or did not vote are much higher against the NDC than against the NNP.
Of course.
I'm still trying to understand their logic, That's children maths. Good morning.
Hello.
Morning, Cami.
Morning, Cami.
Hello.
Morning, Cami.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Morning.
How are you doing? Jingo, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Cami.
And good morning to all my friends out there. Mr. Water, hope you return safe. Patty and Matthew, good morning. Sheldon, Claudette can accept to get a good whipping in town. She mouthed her cousin to get that licking by calling people needy and greedy. I was one.
Poor Brenda,
that
she blaming.
sleep down. And I went very early since 4:30 to vote out. And I wanted to get the message clear. We don't want you in town. You're too rude. You is too rude. And for you to come and say you're sorry, as the man said.
Yeah, come and say you're sorry.
Something about it. Girl, we don't want you in town, girl. I mean, your right mind. Do you think you could have beat Peter David in the tongue of St. John? In the tongue of St. George's?
No, she can't even beat him if he go in St. John.
Girl, hey, I heard Mr. Buck again last night. Mr. Scott, they cannot accept what they get. They cannot accept that. He didn't think in it.
Yeah. He didn't think in it.
He's saying that how people paying people to vote. The Prime Minister, this stuff with the security in polling station. Oh, Mr. Buck and them think they could pull. But we don't want you in Grenada. We don't want you to run in Grenada again. We don't even want you in the parliament. And I hope the Governor General don't make that mistake to appoint that man. You have enough young people to appoint. We don't want you there. You reject it twice. You have to accept that. Put it down in your pipe and smoke it. I don't know, because he has no respect. When he ain't going parliament, he used to just stop and walk out. And he's very disrespectful to the Grenadian people. We don't want you.
Let you walk out now.
I'm glad you don't try that. You could have never beat Peter. I carried the first vote in 301 in Jerry Sills Court. And when I put it there, I know you lose. You couldn't make it. What that? We greedy and we needy. So we show you how greedy and needy we is. Have a good day.
All right, Cami phone working good day today.
Cami phone working good today. I'm 15.
Zingo, I feel like a touch cam. But this is absolutely amazing that someone could not do their self-reflection and understand. For instance, the New National Party lost elections in 2008, did a lot of introspection.
So, as is expected.
Exactly. So by the time 2013 came around, and you saw that entire team of the New National Party, including candidates who had lost in 2008, you realized that their approach, their demeanor, everything was different to how they approached the entire issue of governance and politics as well. And that is why they've been successful back to back.
Yeah.
That is why Tony Boson has been successful back to back. That is why all of the candidates of the New National Party, Gregory Bowen, has been successful back to back and increasing margin and thing too. Them men ain't just beating,
Them men don't want beating,
Them men ain't just beating. Them men and them increasing their margins.
Them ladies say, how we vote, and we go and wash our finger and vote again.
Or we wash we finger and vote again.
Why? I never hear nonsense.
Again.
I fighting to take off this thing soon.
No, look, I still have the remainder right on the rim of my finger. I got off most of it, but just the little bit here.
I fighting to take off this thing still.
Listen, but it is an indictment again on the NDC to make such an accusation.
That's utter nonsense.
Every polling station on the islands of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, every one of the islands, the National Democratic Congress had representatives there.
Yeah.
So you telling me the representative is such a dum-dum. They see one person vote twice.
And
or they didn't go through the process to see that they didn't watch and make sure that that person finger clean and shooting us. They didn't stay where they sit down there because they can't come up like thing and watch and see. So you telling me that they were so
the Indo agent and the Outdo agent was so dum-dum. Yeah, I mean it's just some baseless argument. I mean
it's baseless and tasteless.
Senseless.
Yeah, exactly. I think we write in our calypso one time. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheldon.
Morning, love.
Good morning, Zingo.
Hi, morning.
Congratulations. I've listened to your program for years now. I've been listening to your program. But this morning with Claudette Joseph, I mean, I know they lie a lot, but it hurt my heart to hear her sit there and lie and try to blame Brenda, which Brenda always carry out a nice program. You know, I remember she said, Brenda said to her, if somebody's sitting in Lucas Street with you, you know, and they hear you say that, what would you say? You know, she said she don't want to apologize and she would not take it back. But this morning she wants to blame Brenda. It's so ridiculous.
And the thing is, Brenda gave her
woman sitting there and lying. So for the Grenadian public,
Brenda gave her every avenue to redeem herself.
Yeah.
Every avenue to redeem herself. You see, the thing with people like Claudette is that she went in New York and talked, not realizing that people in Grenada are listening. So she thought that she was speaking to the New York audience because in her mind, she doesn't understand that we are all Grenadians and that we share information. Yeah? So she went and she made her statement up there, thinking the statement staying in New York that, Grenadian people who vote for the NNP are needy and greedy. Well, she learned who's needy and greedy. We needed to vote,
Brenda had her
and we were greedy for all the seats.
She would apologize, but she said she's not.
Yeah.
She's not. And now today, she's still saying that Brenda didn't give her time to speak about it, and the people take it out of context and all this kind of thing. Brenda even mentioned her, if somebody's sitting in Lucas Street and hear her saying that, you know, she said she would not apologize. So where's her story this morning?
Yeah, I don't understand that. You see,
I really can't understand that.
What they got to realize that just as how they having town hall meeting in New York, that NNP has operatives in New York also.
Right.
So you don't just come and open your mouth, run your mouth and say anything. We're going to get it.
I'm sorry for her. I think they're getting senile.
Oh, God. I'm sorry for them. Not she alone.
When I sit down here this morning, I said to myself, is this the type of people that wants to run our country?
Yeah.
People that get in senile, people that lie for nothing? They have to be crazy. But Sheldon, I wanted to tell us when is the minister and them swearing in?
It will be done on Sunday.
Yeah.
And the time?
And that I do not have the specific time. I assume it will be evening time, afternoon time.
Okay.
I assume it would be afternoon time. I do not know the exact time, but I do know it will be on Sunday, and it will be a spectacular affair.
All right.
Yeah.
So make sure you have
I want
buses.
to just mention, you know, going out on the fields around St. David's and so, you hear people would say they're not seeing the minister. But we know our minister is a very hard-working man.
Yeah.
But what I want you to tell people, to tell Grenadian people, St. David's people, or the whole country, that when the ministers and them have office, they have an office open to the public. They have different days and different times. So you have to know your area.
Yeah.
What time your minister office would be open. Because people would sit at the home and they would say, oh, I'm not seeing the minister or not. But I think the main reason for them having this office this day put aside so that people could visit them.
Yeah.
The ministers and them mustn't have to be running up and down behind people in their home. I mean, it's okay. But this shouldn't be a problem for people out there. People want to see the minister, go visit in their office.
But I agree with you, and I still disagree a little bit.
I'll
say why. My view of politics is that during this period, especially when there is no opposition, it's very important for each and every MP to go door to door in their constituency.
Yes.
To hold meetings in different zones. Like, you know, there's a particular polling division with a major village. You hold a meeting there and you invite the community to come and hear. if you're doing that and you're touching base with people, you wouldn't be able to touch base with every village every month.
Yeah.
But if you're doing that over a period of time with a specific schedule, no one 5 years from now can face you and say that they have not seen you. In fact, they have to say, fed up, see you, don't come in my place after
Sheldon,
they have to tell you, don't God, we're coming here again for.
And to the caller, look at St. Mark's. Dr. Modest just had a post-election briefing with all the youths of St. Mark's in one area.
Right.
They sit down, they chat, So she hasn't even gotten a portfolio as yet.
Yeah.
And she has already started congregating with the people of the area.
Yeah, but this is good. This is what all the ministers have to do.
Yeah, so apart from the party office,
So if people really want to see their larger complaint, go to the minister's office.
Yeah, I agree.
But I also agree in the context of there are some immediate things, like it might be a medical emergency, it might be something that's immediate that you really want to see a minister immediately on. And in that case, you can go to the office and you don't sit there and say, well, I don't see them. But you make the first move and you go and you try to get in contact with them. And I know all of the 15 persons who have just been voted in. I know each and every one of them. And when it's situations like that, they always try their best to help.
Yeah.
All right,
hey,
caller.
guys.
All right.
Thank you so much for your information.
All right, my dear.
Bye-bye.
All right.
As patriots will never stay still. We have the most beautiful country to build. Oh yes, it's all about Grenada. They had it and they falter. The people take it back, cause they don't know where to start. The economic downturn required men with vision to rescue this country. Thank God for NNP. There is no room for failure as we step into the future, confident and strong. This country moving on. Can you see that Grenadians blind? He disrespect the Constitution. Millions die for the right to vote. They cannot accept the lose. Blinded by election blues that have them so confused. They thought it was easy, trying to create unrest, to see this country retrogress. So they used to come would live with stress and have a big future. Oh, Nazim, you don't understand. Grenadian dreams and aspiration.
You see, if they listen to Jah Glory, they might have been in a better position right now. They might have been in a better position. We have a caller on the line. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hey. Morning. Yes, sir. Morning.
Sheldon.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Boy, I get that news yesterday. Fake news, boy.
What did you say?
It's real Trumpism going around down there. I ran into a relative of our late Prime Minister Maurice Bishop yesterday. And he live around the corner from me, and we just vibing, talking, see him. He said, well, that was an interesting election in Grenada. I was like, well, not so much interested as the beating, you know. And he told me, because now I had to excuse him because he's an elderly person. Now you don't travel far, you know. You don't move around you don't live in the neighborhood. Let's put it that way. And he was told by a few persons. Some of them is just I think they just passing the news that they heard, and others just maliciously lying. Because as they say, what he said, someone tell him, and he told him who tell him. I know the people who told him. One individual told him that after all the thing NDC do in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, them people in Carriacou, they PT the votes and
so what?
And they put their person in as the winner.
What work they did in Carriacou?
Huh?
What work they did in Carriacou?
I don't. Hey. Listen, you know. Yeah, man. Zingo right over here. I don't know. Yeah, man. I mean, in my next visit, I'll be there, but I haven't been down there in a while. So, but the next thing he said is that the amount of people that didn't vote is more than the people that voted for NNP. So how come NNP win? You know, that was his question, because that's what he was told.
Yeah, but that's not correct.
The number of people that did not cast a vote.
That's incorrect.
It was more than the people that voted for NNP. So once again, NDC win, and they did not give them the fair winning.
But what, I mean, come on, man. Listen, you know what you
guys Sheldon, hold on a minute. Stick up in. Remember last year when I told you, as for a perception of a group, a cluster in New York City have a perception NDC is doing wondrous things in Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And for some of them, it's still, and that's what they're hearing. A lot of them working, so they don't get to listen to hard talk or anything. They go by what people tell them.
Yeah, you're correct on that.
That's it. And a lot of them, the people who dispensing the information, they didn't even touch down in grade what to come back to say, well, I saw it myself. It's just a set of what we call fabricated information that just keeps circling NYC.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got gullible to it.
Well,
yesterday I had to watch me. I laughed a week.
Well, listen. Well, as you say that, I have a couple of friends in New York, and I don't know who they're talking to down here, but they are talking to certain people who are giving them the impression that the NDC is doing a lot of work. They have made up a lot of groundworks, and that they are going to win the election 9-6. I was asking you, where you getting that information from, guy? Those guys got to pray and 12 Bible. I remember telling them those guys have to sit down and pray and 12 Bible to win a seat. I told them that.
And they believe it, you know. Their heartfelt believe it, you know, because you expose them and it's very argument, you know.
Let me tell you how. I could go further to tell you how much they believe. They were sending down monies to maintain certain program because they seriously believe in what they were being told. And I'm trying to tell my friends and them, guy, you have been taken for a ride. You have been fooled.
Yep.
And those guys, they will text my phone. They will call me that, oh, we're taking this one, we're taking that one, and that one gone now, and this statement just made, and I was like, guys.
Well, another one of the new circular is that some government body or some investigative body is about to put out an indictment on the Prime Minister.
Oh, that came from me. I saw that. I saw that also. They said like the FBI and the CIA will come in because Lord Sheldon, I saw that. This is crazy.
What this says though? This says that
in New York, one of them are very, very, very ill-informed, and I don't know, man.
My friend sent me this. My friend sent me this text about the FBI going to come in because look what happened with the election, and I started reading the text and I couldn't go more because those guys are dealing with it now.
Listen, man, I just happened to pass through my neighborhood yesterday at 3:30 Zingo to move 2 vehicles I have on the block, and I didn't leave the block until 5:30.
I believe you.
To go get my daughter from school. I didn't leave the block until 5:30. That is how long I start with them guys, and we debating all this fictitious news.
But the thing is, wait.
Like about 20 of us standing there at one point. Till the police had to drive by twice and look at us. They thought we were about to fight or something.
Grenadians again.
But wait now, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Wait, I thought somebody said I had to bring up some.
Yes.
And what is it?
Zingo, find out for my bro. I'll put it.
No, it's here, you know. It's right there.
Brother.
It's right here. It's here.
How you can be there and I don't have it?
Because you just reached here today. So
I supposed to be in New York already, you know.
Wade, Zingo just come here today.
I apologize to my younger brother.
It's
just WhatsApp him a minute ago and tell him I don't know what to say with you again. I just WhatsApp him about 20 minutes ago.
You see how people is blaming.
Hello.
Wait, you see how people is blaming.
Yes,
the last program I was here, that's the day before I tell them we go in and put the 15 hammer down.
Yes.
I tell them,
yes.
Give me the wine, I'm going to put it in my suitcase so that he must reach up.
Right.
You know, they ain't give me the hammer, they ain't give me the thing yet.
Nigel came with it last week and he dropped it off. It was received by me. It is here.
Okay.
It has been waiting on Evelyn Zingo Alexander to come and
Sheldon,
collect it.
Don't let me expose you. Don't let me expose you. I deliver drinks to your car. Why you didn't give me the guy? I deliver drinks to your car. Why you didn't give me waiting?
Post hoc ad hoc.
I delivered drinks to your car. Why didn't you give me wait belonging?
Because I did not have it at that time.
And you didn't even remind me of it.
I did not have it at that time.
But this is hot talk. But this is hot talk.
Zingo, we were drinking when we touched down. We do not market time.
Bye-bye, Wade.
Bye-bye,
Wade. The news is you was coming in yesterday and you and somebody go have a nice talk and they go sort it out, you know. The whole debate yesterday, one of them said that you're coming in, you're supposed to come in yesterday.
Let them monitor me. They can't monitor me. Just as they cannot monitor people from St. George Northwest. We roll stone.
Let me say this though. Though, and I'm hoping, Wade, I really hope that the listeners out there in Brooklyn that they're paying attention. We on Hard Talk told you exactly what was going to happen. We told you that.
Yeah.
It's not that we have goat mouth, as some people that say we have goat mouth. It's not that Papa Jerry write a whole song and he have goat mouth. It's not that Zingo have goat mouth. It's not that Sheldon Douglas have goat mouth. It is because we understand the politics.
Yeah.
And we understand it not just on the national level, but on the village level as well. But not only that, we have a political leader that is the Grand Master of the Westminster form of politics.
Grand Master.
In fact, political parties throughout the world have been writing to him and congratulating him on achieving a feat that nobody else in the Westminster form of governance has ever achieved. 3 times, 15-0.
Call 45.
One time, back-to-back.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever achieved. In fact, in most countries, they have never even achieved a clean sweep, much less 3 times and much less back-to-back.
Yeah.
So we are the students of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. You know how much bars I just pull on that? You're going to a meeting in Europe and thing and they say, you're from Grenada? Dr. Mitchell country? And they want to,
you know how much bars?
Dr. Mitchell? And you're pulling bars on that?
I have real bars to pull.
Yeah.
Apart from being a student, we from same area, I have real bars to pull. And he's my MP. He's my PM.
Yes.
I'm his political student. I have real bars to pull.
So we understand what we are talking about. We're not some idiot on radio in the morning just shooting off at the mouth because they hate Keith Mitchell.
Yeah.
No, that's not us.
Raising up
I don't hate Nazim Burke. Anytime I meet Nazim Burke, I talk to him as normal. You all might be very surprised at that. I don't hate the guy. I believe that he's an incompetent individual, especially when it comes to politics and economics. I believe that he is incompetent. In fact, I know, because it's been proven, that he is incompetent. I think he is ill-suited to sit in Parliament. And I've said it before. That's just my view. I have no problem with NDC supporters. In fact, I want each of you find an NDC supporter today and hug them up and kiss them if they need it. Each of you find one. Give them a hug. Give them a kiss. Talk with them. Yeah, don't cuss them. Don't show off on them. Because some of them actually bought the same propaganda that the people in New York bought.
Yeah, they bought it. Yeah.
When somebody have to upkeep the standard of living here, so they keep feeding the people out there in New York and in Switzerland and in the UK and Canada and so on, they keep feeding them all these falsities. Imagine, a couple of days before election, you have Ali Dowden saying you only need 15 votes to beat Mitchell.
4.
Well, it came down to 4?
Yeah, it came down to 4.
Because at the time it was 15.
Yeah.
So it came down to 4 votes to beat Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. You had to know that these people took leave of their senses. You had to know that something mentally wrong there.
Sheldon, when I see my fellow brothers on the other side willing and betting me that Peter David will lose his seat in tongue. I say, well, what them?
But
those guys are
stick up in. I listened to Claudette Joseph this morning as well, and while listening to Claudette, there she is saying that they did their canvas, their poll, and
they canvas,
and their poll was showing that she was ahead in every polling division in tongue.
What sort of canvassing they doing?
When Peter Wickham comes out and he tells you that the poll that he did last year, he saw the New National Party winning all 15 seats. And then on election night, he released the results of his last poll where he said it remained the same.
Sheldon.
NNP would be winning all 15 seats.
Sheldon.
And then even the year before.
We don't even need Peter Wickham to come. Sheldon, when we canvass and we see River Road and Dabo solidly in... Remember, all those other areas are little pocket areas.
No, but...
And when you see Peter leading in River Road and he leading in Dabo...
She expected to win a polling division in town?
I mean, what sort of canvassing they doing?
Listen.
Probably, you need to teach them how to do canvassing.
I ain't teaching them. They're too disrespectful.
You ain't teaching them how you want to change the leader?
Nah,
leave the leader there. Let me give him a 15 again.
I don't mind. They could keep them. Not 15. Because with the behavior that they're exuding right now and their attitude, they are looking down the barrel of a 19-0. Not a 15. A 19-0 they're looking down the barrel of this time. Because I can't say that I don't understand. I understand where they're coming from, because many of them bought their own propaganda. They bought their own propaganda.
You gotta be.
They were out there threatening people already about who going where. Imagine, you look at one of the Prime Minister's security guards and tell him, your job is going to be to feed Nazimburg dog.
Yeah.
That's what they told one of the police officers, that their duty is working along with the PM. They go look at the guy and tell him, your job going to be to feed Nazimburg dog. They look at the next one. They tell him, don't worry, you ending up in Petit Martinique. They, in their mind, were so sure that they would have the opportunity and position to victimize people that they already started planning who and what they're doing. Remember, one person tell Kami, don't worry, that's your last day.
That's your last day. Sheldon, the men talk to certain police already to secure their financial complex.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of thing.
Secure the financial complex and all government institutions.
They had it in their mind that this is what they're going to do. Now, we were looking at things from a realistic perspective. I don't just talk. I go out onto the streets and I meet and talk with people.
No.
I talk with NDC people.
No.
I speak with NNP people.
You do have talk. That's
but not
what
only
think.
that, they think it's just radio. You come on radio and just... They think that probably somebody from the main office come and hand me a script and say, read that.
We don't read script.
No.
We provide data.
Yeah. They would give something to say, well, a meeting
taking place or the time for
we ain't like certain people on a Sunday at a
we're not certain people.
Let's take that again.
We
don't operate like that. No.
I wonder if Mr. Watts brought down the book. What was the book name again? Hooks and Phonics. Mr. Watts said he'd bring it in for her.
There's a serious disconnect with reality by the leadership of the National Democratic Congress, and I call on all members of the NDC to not only check yourselves but check your leadership, because something has to be wrong. Their plans that they had for Grenada, the good ones that is, were not rejected by the people. They were rejected.
Yeah.
You think anybody rejected plans for agro-processing and so on? Nobody rejected that. They rejected the NDC as a political organization, and they rejected the leadership of the NDC. That is what was rejected. It was not found to be palatable to people to have who you have as your political leader as the Prime Minister. And you all within the NDC, if you really sit and think about it, you realize that that is the God gospel's truth. But no, you want to say, oh, they're only lying on hard talk. Well, yeah, we lying, but look what happened to you last week Tuesday. Look what happened to you. We told you that is what would happen to you.
Yes.
Down to a seat, we told you that is what would happen to you. Because we knew what we were talking about. We ain't just nobody jump on a radio and say, I'm politically savvy, so I know what I'm talking about.
Nobody.
We ain't just say we know what we're talking about. We prove it.
We come and we prove what we have to. We prove with facts. We have with data and we prove it.
Yeah, they said that was the second referendum day. Yeah, that was the second referendum day. That was the second referendum day for you. Yeah.
Yes.
It was a referendum on the leadership of the NDC. You want to take a call from overseas?
Yeah, take a call.
Let's take it. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Zingo.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
How are you going on, guys?
We good, man.
Yeah, man.
After such a long time, man, I want to congratulate Dr. Mitchell for leading the NNP to a resounding victory.
Yes, man.
And I want to congratulate all the different, all the other 14 candidates of the new national party for such a victory. And I also want to personally congratulate my dear Sister Pamela Moses, my representative, on doing such a fine job. When we look at the stats of where she had came from, she did a wonderful, magnificent job improving every PD in our constituency. And I mean, and seeing that she's a new candidate and came in, I think it was like 2 years before the election, and was able to cover ground in all the different PDs. I think that's a tremendous job. My hope and my prayer is that she would continue to do the good job that she has started. We have faith and trust in her. We see that she is willing, and we're going to work together with her. You know what I mean? So I just want to congratulate her and reassure her that we are here to support her and to push her forward in every way possible. With that out the door, I want to talk a little bit on the NDCites. You know, Zingo, you're talking about some of the supporters for NDC, that they're supporting us as certain individuals down there in Grenada. One of the things I realize with NDC people is that, I mean, the things that individual is saying the same things that they want to say, and some of them, put it that way, is not bold enough to say it. So it's not about being misled. And some of them, even though they know they're being misled, they refuse to accept the true and correct information that is being dispelled. So it's people like that, you can't even to educate them on what is going on, because they do not know. Because for, you know, other a lot of them just they enjoy the statements that is being protruded from the same individual, and that's the reason why they give support. But some of them, you know, some of the things that baffle me with individuals like that, I mean, if you try to live your life in a true living entity, you would realize that there's always two sides to the story. And even though somebody tells you something, sometimes simple common sense will tell you that does not make any sense. You know, but like I said, because of hate, sometimes we overlook simple common sense that would let us know that doesn't make no sense, and will cause you to investigate more, and then you will realize it's not true what you're being told. But nevertheless, this is the way they operate. And I'd say as long as they continue to operate like this, like Sheldon said, they're not going to get 15, they're going to get 19. Because I returned Saturday, and before I left, NDC candidate, activist, and you know, we very tight, we good. And I said to him, well, I told you, man, I told you we were going to get 15. And he's like, I realize the thing, you know, Sheldon is cooker food. And this is an individual that does farming on a large scale. You understand? And I said to him, well, I mean, come on, if you think I'm down to cooking our food, you should not be losing, because you have all what it takes. I said, you got the river right next to you, you got water, you do farming on a large scale, you have enough food, so you should be able to cook more food than us. If that's how you see it and you feel that's what it is, then just cook food and win it. Why be in something that you claiming it's cooker food and you have all what it takes to cook the food, and you ain't cooking the food to win it? Then you're wasting your time. You know, but I'm saying this to say, you know, these are the way these people operate. You know, they come up with such petty excuse, and you know, they mention those things, and you know, if they look within the mirror and look at themselves closely, it's simply saying, well, you know, I mean, you're just, I don't even want to use the word, but I mean, how stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? Because you know what it takes, you got what it takes, and still you're losing? Then, I mean, I just don't understand, man.
Okay, my brother.
Yes, man. Thank you.
I'd like to thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
And you see, the thing is, the basis, and that's what we've been telling you on Hard Talk for the last year and so. We've been saying that the basis for the arguments they're making now, they were setting it up months ago.
Months.
That's why they come and they say, oh, somebody buried Nazimburg in a bottle in a cemetery. Because they wanted to set the basis for the Obia argument. The Prime Minister went to Haiti to hand over leadership of CARICOM to the Haitian president. Yeah? He didn't even spend a good 24 hours there. He handed it over, and he was on the next flight out because he was in the middle of the election.
Yeah.
So he comes back to Grenada. Right. He went to Haiti. But yet still, the hypocrisy of the whole thing, these are the same people that are talking about Trump called Haiti a certain word I wouldn't say on air. But these are the same people cussing and saying that, oh, where's the government of Grenada speaking out about that? But they are encouraging people to think of Haiti and the Haitian people in a negative light. When any conscious-minded person knows differently. These are the same people who are making all sorts of statements about the registration process and this, because they were setting up the basis of the argument for the 15-0 that they just get. They were setting up the basis for it. And I really feel it.
Yeah,
I really feel
was going to say
for the supporters.
I was going to say that I really feel it for the supporters because I feel that they knew when they did their data, when they did the analysis, that they get in the 15. I feel that they knew. And they were just trying to see if they can set up swing in Mount Rush to get swing voters all over the country.
They realize what swing votes is.
Swing voters.
My entire thing is, and the reason I feel it for NDC supporters out there, and I know they're feeling it for themselves.
Yeah, I know they're feeling it for themselves because they have been misled.
They were misled.
Yeah,
by
they have
their
been
party.
misled. And it's not easy.
And to the extent of I could say something.
I could say something here. I could say something here as a junior, as a young man in this political thing. I will never forget landing in St. Andrews behind Dr. Mitchell vehicle and what he uttered in my ears as a youth man. You understand? He tell me to brace myself for it. You know? And the election ain't called it, and he tell me to brace myself for it. That don't mean to say we didn't try to do everything in our power to win. But the advice, and this is something that people they can't take away from me because this is the love that we have, love and respect that we have for this gentleman. You understand?
But there's
because I was in politics. I'm fairly young. You know, don't mind. I'm 30 something years in the business. I'm fairly young. You know.
But Zingo, it also goes to show something here. Dr. Mitchell doesn't speak down to NDC supporters.
No.
I've never heard him attacking NDC supporters. Never. I can't recall of any situation where I've heard Dr. Mitchell try to belittle people for supporting NDC or speak down to NDC supporters. He always refers to everybody as my brothers and sisters. And the thing is this, even if you voted for the NDC last week Tuesday, you still have a part to play in national development. You still have a mind that can lend to our development. You still have strong hands that can lend to our development. Yeah? So you still have a part to play. But the NDC message, and it continued this morning because, quote unquote, what Claudette was saying this morning, again, is that the people in the tongue needy and greedy, you know?
Yeah.
When she makes a statement that people were bought and it's because of money. In other words, that somebody just pass and hand you our money and say vote for them. And you vote. And then her political leader continued with that yesterday as well. They're not realizing that failed strategy on their morning excuse for a program that they have there. They're not understanding that failed excuse of a direction they were being led in is what held them. Don't blame Brenda Batiste. Brenda Batiste wasn't the one that came out and told people they're needy and greedy. Brenda Batiste was not the one who, when they were given the opportunity to apologize and say, I've made an error, where a lot of people might have started to look at you differently if you had done that. Brenda Batiste gave you the opportunity.
But I thought Brenda Batiste is the person that provides the platform for all the candidates to go up there in a morning time or wherever time and appeal to the people to vote for them.
Well, I don't know if the thing is topical. And we made it topical here on our talk because we started playing it for everybody to hear.
Yeah.
We made sure everybody had it and everybody heard it. So blame us. We don't mind. But you're going to blame Brenda.
Sheldon,
I mean, it's like they want to blame everybody but yourself. Brenda didn't open her mouth and say that the people who support NNP are needy and greedy. She wasn't the one that did it. You did it, Claudette Joseph. You call people needy and greedy, and you continue doing it this morning. You still haven't learned your lesson.
Yeah. Sheldon, the dog make it so easy for them. His slogan, we can't sit down. He get up off the 15th seat, and them boy can't even take one.
No, I think right now them can't sit down.
Well,
there are no seat. They can't sit down.
Well, where they go sit down?
They can't sit down. Let's take a phone call. Let's take a phone call. Morning.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Zingo.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, Sheldon, as I said earlier in our program, once people don't want to take responsibility of where they got wrong to make them lost, they will always remain in the same situation.
Yeah.
And if you have an election and you lost so badly, it's for you to consider, reflect where you got wrong, and do better. But you still continue with the same old thing, So you stir up yourself again for the same result in 2023. I listened to the program with Claudette Josie this morning, where she was saying that with the greater people are needy and greedy. It said Miss Brenda Batiste asked if she was willing to apologize. She said no, she's not apologizing. Right? So how no you want to come and blame somebody for the thing that you said of the people of Grenada? You want to come and blame, and you don't believe in yourself. You want to believe yourself. Look into yourself and change your attitude. And if NDC continues to go along with this attitude that they have, they will always, the results are going to always be the same. It will always be the same. But you cannot have these negative things about people. It's the same people that you want to vote for you. You call him all kind of name, Brother Sheldon. Right? How could them people, you want them to forget you? What you say about them and then continue to vote for them? And I say we forgive, but we don't forget what people say about us. Right? I want to say, Brother Sheldon and Zingo, congratulations Dr. Mitchell for winning St. George's Northwest so handsomely. One day I don't get to say that might be the last. I think we got to ask him for the next 5 years. We need to, Zingo, you find so?
I finally need to behave.
We just need to relax.
Yeah.
We just need to relax and give the young man a chance to.
Yeah, but the young man is 71 years young.
We in the Northwest, we don't ready for him to come and sit down and play dominoes. And
No. He has some work to do.
Because that's all he's going to do when he finishes. Heavy fish and dominoes.
You have to say to somebody.
Well, we in the Northwest, we're not going to put that pressure on him.
People still put money in him.
Yeah, we're not going to put that pressure on him.
So you have a good day and God bless you.
All right.
Thanks.
And folks, remember today it's Intercall Day 1. Intercall Day 1. Yeah.
I think I live in. I think I go into Intercall.
No, you can't leave yet. It's just after 11. No?
Yeah.
You can leave
I passed down there. I see people down there already.
It must have people down there.
I passed down
the James.
Yes, I passed down there. I see.
Wait, 5 years ago I wasn't there. You know?
I know.
All right. Yeah.
I see people down there already.
Yeah.
Vehicles almost full of the front yard already.
Yeah, man.
I go in Intercall.
Yeah, of course you have to pass it Intercall.
Yeah, I go in Intercall.
But let's say this, Zingo. It's hurtful, and I believe it will be hurtful to the average NDC supporter who went out to the rallies and put on the T-shirt and even campaigned and went out there and was lied to by their leadership.
Yeah.
Was lied to by their leadership. And they have to have enough self-respect to take their leadership to task for what just happened. They have to have enough self-respect to do that. At the same token, they must not feel exempted from national service and national duty.
National service.
Members at the NDC, you must not feel exempted from national service and national duty. You have a part to play. You have a serious part to play. Yeah? Not just as the watchdogs of democracy, and I ain't calling you all dogs, I'm just using a terminology, but
how-
also as a part of the process of development.
But how are they going to be part of the process when they have to go back or reach out to the same set of activists, the same set of leadership, the same set of people who are saying that do not accept any position? Arrogant. I mean,
we have a call.
Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Zingo.
Yeah, morning.
Sheldon, you can't blame the leadership of the NDC alone. You have to blame the followers too. Because I've been telling them a long time they have a problem. They have a problem. The leadership is a problem. I was telling them, like the executive know, hey, it's only they feel bad when they lose. So let the executive know, the management team know that they have a problem with the leadership. And that's the problem. The leadership don't want to listen to nobody. He wants to take nobody's advice. So if he is it, how you go win an election, so you want to do that. So I'm saying is, they're going through already, so they'll come with a new team now. So Zingo, give them a name. Give them a name. Give them a name.
All right.
Then.
It's going to be very interesting hearing the Calypsos this year. It's extremely
Whoa.
interesting hearing the Calypsos this year. And I realized that certain candidates for the NDC take Bush. They take Bush. All of a sudden, I do hear in George Vincent. I ain't seen my partner Ray. All man take Bush. No, you all were the ones that put... I don't know, Ray take Bush. And he living close by me, I don't even see him. All man take Bush. You all were the ones who sold a non-existent bridge to your supporters.
Yeah.
Yeah? And for instance, I was looking at a video. I only saw it after the election. And they're lucky I only saw it after the election. And I do a whole program on it.
Which one?
I saw Joseph Andal in a video with a young lady saying that when the NNP came in, we sent home all the trainees under the GUP program, and that nobody was sent home by the NDC. When they came in, they didn't send home the Imani. What they did is they just changed the name of the program. And imagine this.
Randall probably wrote a video for him.
Well, he was one of the people that shared it.
Yeah,
but here the thing is that it's so, the lie is so blatant, and it's so disrespectful to the intelligence of people. That's amazing. I was within the ministry when they sent home the 2,000 young people. So nobody ain't telling me. Nobody ain't coming and try to convince me otherwise.
Well,
I know for a fact they did it.
But Sheldon, I sing about that. Even the own artists sing about that.
Yeah.
Even the own artists started to cry out.
Imagine
how
that.
You could do that to them children that support you.
And
even
they sent home 2,000 and they didn't even get back that amount in the entire 4.5 years they spent in office.
7 months and children got 7 months, you know.
Yeah, you put somebody on now saying that the Imani were never sent to. I mean, don't lie.
I see Randall try to argue that with me on Facebook.
But Randall is irrelevant to politics.
Yeah,
I'll make that statement boldly. Randall Robinson is irrelevant to politics in Grenada. Maybe you should go back and do river tubing or some kind of thing. If you're good at that, go and do river tubing or sing soprano, whatever it is.
I surprised I didn't meet him yet because I want to meet him because I remember. You remember when the leader say how he basically putting them down, like demoting them because he contested in the last general election, right? And you remember that the leader said, "Oh, these caretakers are going to go down to a lower level to take care of the constituency." And he didn't put down Randall. He put down Randall and the others. I said to the brother at that time, this man is getting rid of you because you are making too much waves on the airwave. No, Zingo, you don't know Nas. Lo and behold, boop. We hear Nas and them announce Frank are going to be the caretaker of Southeast.
Boss, the thing is this, I want to get deep into that.
Yeah,
what I'm going to tell you is this, that individual is irrelevant to politics. Yeah. But on the broader scale, it just goes to show, as you mentioned the word earlier, the arrogance of the individuals. That you do it, you know for a fact there's a God above and he knows that we're speaking the truth when we say you sent home those 2,000 Imani trainees. The 2,000 trainees here, they in Grenada. They didn't go on a cruise ship and end up somewhere down in the Pacific. They're right here in Grenada and they're hearing you saying that. So you know it's vexed, they're getting vexed. You know if they had no intention of getting up and vote election day, when they heard that, they just decide, not only am I getting up, but I can't allow people that would do this to me lie to me after that, and come back and lie again on top of it. You lie to tell me you're not going to send me home. You send me home. Then you come in and lie and say you never send me home. They upset these young people to the point that they came out in their numbers and made sure that they voted solidly behind the house. The opportunity was given to Patrick Simmons to apologize. What did he do? He doubled down on the thing, and then they come about, we didn't send home and thing. Apologize. Look, Claudette, you had the opportunity to apologize for the needy and greedy statement. You had it again this morning.
Double down.
You could have come back. You double down on it. Oh, who was sharing out pile of money and in other words, people greedy.
People greedy.
So you're sharing out money and they run and they take and they come and they vote for you.
She will come back again.
These people are the same people who you're going and campaign in if you're looking for a vote again. You know?
Man.
If you decide you're coming in town or you follow the model and end up in Southeast.
No, Sheldon, you're wrong. They don't canvass in yard. They canvass in NDC office.
Well,
because I don't know where they're getting this data and them from.
But
I think
confusing.
as two of the leading party, I think we should be playing up with the same set of data.
But let me use an example to you. The first time that Barack Obama won the presidential election in the United States, you know Barack Obama was beatable.
Yeah.
Barack Obama was beatable the first and second time he ran for office. It was possible for the Republican Party candidate, McCain the second time, and who was it the first time? Was McCain, and I can't remember what was the next one.
America,
yeah, that one. You just be there. Anyway. But what I could tell you is this.
Romney.
The problem was simply this. The Republican Party refused to listen to Obama. The man wrote 2 books that if you read those 2 books, says play by play, word by word, action by action, every single thing he do in the 2 election campaign. That if you had read it, you would have known this is what he's going to do and this is how to counteract it. He laid out a philosophy for politics. He laid out a philosophy for how to run for office and how one in office should behave. He laid out a philosophy for the the American people. So if you read that book, you could understand. You know what the Republicans do? Me reading nothing by this guy. They read it.
Don't read it.
So they didn't understand him. So they couldn't deal with him.
And then what's about the team? Axelrod and the team.
Exactly.
Those men and them. That's the sickest grung team I ever see. And that is the kind of grung work we're gonna bring down here.
But
that is the kind of grung work that is down here right now.
But the NDC is operating in the same way as they go.
If they want to play that. Let me not say that.
No, but let me say this. Let me not
say that. If you want to say it, you say it.
No, what I'm saying is this.
If they don't want to learn that, their business.
No, what I'm saying is simply this. NDC is operating in the same way as the Republican Party operated then.
Yeah,
it is not so much that Obama was extremely popular. Why was he popular? And if they had used his own playbook against him, they may have had a better chance. But they did not. So
they are sitting and hoping that how Trump win, they're going to win.
Anyway, there's another story. Another one day.
Do not play with the facts, guy.
Let's see who's on the line. Good morning. Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Yes, we're hearing you.
It's not today that NBC is not apologizing for anything, you know. You remember when they was in office and they said they was paying Danny Williams $14,000 for he use his residence?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was $7,000. And the Prime Minister back then knew what was going on. But although Danny asked him to come out and tell the nation it's 7 and it's not 14, they never did it. So it's not now they don't apologize for doing anything. Thank you.
All right.
All right. And we have another caller online. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
Morning, Zingo.
Hey, morning.
All right. So, just a couple of things. I want to say that persons like Zingo and I, we are guilty because I was listening to a press conference yesterday held by the NDC. And one of the reasons why they lose is because we came down with the imaginary three plane load of people to vote for the House.
My goodness.
So that well, they still say they're doing groundwork. Anyhow, the most important point, I want to say to the government of Grenada, yes, we know we have found oil and gas deposits in our water, but before we actually think of drilling it, I think we should also look at refinery, because money is made in refinery than just drilling and then you have to send it to somebody else to refine and then bring it back into the country or do whatever. So I think the government should look into that. That's one of the advice I want to give the government of Grenada. And have a great day, guys.
All right. Thank you. Yes, so the issue there of refining.
Yeah.
Refining is a hell of a process, boy. And not only a hell of a process, you have to basically give up that piece of land that you're going and do your refining on.
Yeah.
You have to forget that. That piece of land will be uninhabitable for the rest of history.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not too sure if
we might have to bring you down to work on the rig.
It's a discussion because one of the things that are taking place there, you're saying that.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that a lot of the youngsters who leaving school this year, because that time is coming up, a lot of youngsters leaving school, and some who are out there on the blocks and qualified, that we start this year, we actually have to start this year, soon, within months actually, sending some of them off to the institutes in Trinidad and so on to gain knowledge in the hydrocarbon industry, the petroleum industry. Engineering and different aspects of it, and those like how to work on the oil rigs and those kind of things. And
it's
remember, that's no joke money these guys who working on oil rig does make. They go out there for X amount of time and they make serious money because it's a dangerous job.
It's a dangerous job.
So they have to be paid and compensated for the danger of the job that they are doing. But Prime Minister did mention that this year we would start having some of those youngsters here in Grenada going out, whether it's even to the US, to go to Arizona or Texas or so, and go to one of the institutes there so that they can learn a lot more, or whether it's right next door in Trinidad or wherever, but that we have to start sending out, because we can't allow it to be a situation that you have the petrocarbon industry here in Grenada and a set of Trinidadian coming up and work on the oil rig. we can't allow that. We're not allowing that. We're not allowing it.
Yeah, we got to train our own.
We're not allowing it. We own people have to do it. Yeah? We have a call online. Hello?
Good morning, Sheldon. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm great.
Hey, Zingo, what's going on? Hey, Zingo, you run from them now instead. Oh, try nothing new. Yeah, Sheldon, I just wanted to say this, right? And by now you might know who's calling. Because me and Devon, we went over this at length. Nazim needs to go. And one of the reasons why Nazim needs to go, Nazim represents some of the darkest days in Grenada from a long time ago. For a lot of us. So he needs to go. And I want to know how you could lead an organization, but you can't win your seat. How you could lead me, but you can't lead by example. And Nazim and them need to start taking responsibility as opposed to making excuses and coming up with all this crap that they coming up with. The NDC organization need to regenerate not just the leadership, but you have people like Glenn Noel and them that most of us in Grenada see as the face of that organization. And for those of us who lived in 1983, knows what I'm talking about. So you gentlemen have a good day.
All right.
And SAS going to win and take all this year.
Sheldon, no, I leave. I running away from him now. I go in and take a little piece in the call.
But I do that. What I'll tell you all is this. I don't want any race. I like everybody. We have another call.
Well, I have a horse, so I go in and take on a piece of
Happy Hill Secondary
School.
School.
Yeah, of course. HHSS.
Zing, what's the best performance you know of by Happy Hill at Intercom?
I think it's second.
Mm-hmm.
Second and third.
I often wonder
why
Happy Hill isn't doing much better.
Yeah.
Because look, you have one of the best playing field right there in front of the school. It's the same young people.
There was a year
the mindset.
There was a year we had some serious gunners. The Tampy, the Jerry, the Ding, myself. We had some serious gunners.
Must for yourself in that. Hey, Jingle, good morning, caller. Hello, good morning. Hello. Let's see that we lost that one. That person say that person says Zingo give me a NDC.
Nah, man. We had some serious gunners that year and we still fall short, man. Ding used to run a wicked 100-meter guy.
Good morning, Sheldon. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm great, and you?
Hey, how are you?
Alright, you okay?
Yeah, good, man.
Go right ahead, buddy. You're live.
Yeah, I just called to tell you. And I hear a lot of people that say you and them are a good mouth, and some say your Papa Jerry a good mouth. So some might be able to say I have good mouth, because I'm telling you, very soon you're going to find a lot of confusion and a real problem in that NDC camp. I'm telling you, I know what I'm saying. You see this thing where who's supposed to step down and who's supposed to step down and this kind of thing there right now. You have a real problem there just now. I know and I hear it right now among the supporters. I'm telling you. And this morning I listening to a program. I hear a man bashing all them 15 candidates on the side. He said none of them do call him and tell him thanks for the good work he's been doing on the radio station and stuff. Not one do call him and tell him thanks and what. I'm telling you, look out for a lot of problems. So look out for it. That's all I try to say to you.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if they do call and tell him thanks, maybe because what he did is help them lose, not help them win. So I can't tell you thanks. So if you use the cause of me losing, calling you and tell you thanks, you that caused that. You that caused that. Yeah.
I'm surprised they still have the radio program and then open up still.
You could go and apply for a job somewhere. Still trying to eat off people. Anyway, we have a call online. Good morning.
Morning, brother Sheldon and brother Zingo.
Hey.
This is Benja calling from PM, man. Kilimatnik.
Okay.
One of the most beautiful parts of our Tri-Island state.
Yeah, man. Yeah, all you guys there, and well, congratulations to the New National Party and everybody else, on the victory. Well deserved. And of course, even though the NDC lost, as they are our brothers and sisters, as you guys are saying, to give them some courage.
Yeah.
But let me get to the main point now. The natural oil and gas and thing. Let me blow some whistles now. My own whistle. I've been captain in the oil field, right? On these seismic vessels and so on. I work on the east coast of Trinidad, the Suppan's Mouth. I even work in Venezuela, right? I'm talking about captain now. Captain.
Yeah.
Not this little boat and them I'm talking about. And sometimes I listen about natural oil and gas and so on and so on and so on. I've been speaking over the years for a long, long time about natural oil and gas. Well, now that we have discovered natural oil and gas, and we're talking about training people and so on, which is very, very good. I have my own business to do now. I'm getting a little older. Hey, but if there is any opportunity come that I could probably give them some advice or give them a little training after they come from where they come from, I'll be very happy to do that.
Beautiful.
We have lots of talent in this place. And like I say, I'm blowing my own whistle now because a lot of people don't even know that.
Yeah.
Yes, I've captained all kind of ship in the world, tug and barge, all sorts of container, whatever. But in the oil field, right? I've been there. Yeah? I used to base in a place they call Balandra Bay on the east coast of Trinidad. No, not a base, change crew.
I know
because most of my crew was from the States, America. Yeah? It was an American vessel flying Pan American Honduran flag. Iron Man name. Very big. As a matter of fact, I was running the biggest one in the fleet. So, we have a great opportunity for our young people. They could really, really make a good living, but we need them to be trained, in that particular field. And I just need us to blow my whistle today. Because sometimes you're in your own country, people looking at you, they don't know who you are. You don't have to go and preach with a mic or some loudspeaker and tell people what is what and what is what, So yes, we have discovered oil and gas, and our people need to be trained, and I could give some help anytime needed. So you guys have a blessed day, and take care. My name is Benji, Emmanuel Benjamin.
All right, man.
In Grenada, known as Benji.
I know you're
easy to find.
You're easy to find.
That's the man speaking.
All right, brother.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, take care.
All right, man.
Right.
Good.
Yes, and let's say a special good morning to our people in Petit Martinique.
Say special good morning to my family in Carriacou.
Yeah, but in Petit Martinique, I want to say a special good morning to a good cousin of mine, Hudson. Yeah, Hudson, sorry boy, your party lose, but what you gonna do? Yeah, what you gonna do? You can't come up against your cousin. You cannot come up against your cousin.
Well,
so relax, take a deep breath, relax, woosa, breathe, woosa, breathe. And then
special good morning to my family in Top Hill. Thank you all for going out and vote. Kendra, Matthew, and Stewart.
Yes. And to my family on mainland and in Carriacou as well. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.
I want in you.
Because I know the members of the family
just
that
be
support.
Careful what you do.
Yeah. That's probably only Hudson and one other one of the.
Keep this country moving.
Yes, Hudson. No, you feel I would afraid to call your name? Yeah, call your name. Where you go do? Sume? Yeah, folks. 440-7377. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
I would just like to use your medium this morning to send out a message on behalf of the NMP Youth Arm.
Go right ahead.
Go right ahead.
The National Youth Arm would like to extend thank you to all its members for their hard work during the campaign to ensure that the party secured 15 seats at the poll. Every youth was instrumental in the process. However, we would like to say a special thank you to a few young persons. Judd Cadet, Johnny Callis, Jillian Thomas, and Anisha Thomas, who during the campaign really didn't know how to sit down. The hardworking volunteers of the Green Army team, Kieran Phillip, Alec Comerbach, Natasha John, Dwayne Coban, Jason Moore, Katisha Francis, Keziah, Tanis, Carissa Alexander, Alicia Millet, Eva Charles, Akusha Andal, Lindana Charles, Shakim Fortune, Trisha Wallace, Hayden, Rickson Francis, Kishan Harris, Janelle Harris, and Roshem and Raldine. Your work during the campaign was very instrumental to the success. Once again, we say thank you for the support, and we look forward to working with every one of you to build this country. Thank you very much.
All right, Anshel.
The Green Army team.
Yes, sir. Used to see them out at all those activities.
Yes, the Green Army. All they don't come and copy us.
Yeah, don't come with a yellow army.
All they don't come and copy us. All they better get all the act together, otherwise.
440-7377. And I love that call by Benji.
Yeah.
And the reason I love that call by Benji, he has experience that he's willing to share.
And not only that, what he's saying that you look at people around you and you don't even know, Everybody look at me as a madman jumping up and down, but they don't know.
You have more degree than a thermometer.
Someone else don't know. And Benji is there. I know Benji well, and people don't know. Apart from Benji, and he's saying that there are other people who have...
Even I know two sisters I know on Petit Martinique.
Yeah.
There's Erica and Irina. And both of them are qualified persons.
Yeah, but you have people right here in the mainland.
Erica
I was
brings the Osprey shuttle between Petit Martinique and Carriacou. And she's a young lady.
I was talking to a young man yesterday who has previously worked on an oil welder.
And that's a good thing I like with Petit Martinique. It's not just the young men, but the young ladies as well. That you're hearing that they are qualified to be able to do these jobs as well.
That's the life up there.
Yeah.
That's the livelihood up there.
Them girl and them handling both.
Them girl and them bracing them.
Petit Martinique, I love that place.
They bracing the boat better than PD.
Yeah. Perron.
I think he gone back.
Right now you need going back.
You should see trouble. You should see trouble we give yesterday, boy.
He was crying. He did not know.
You don't want to.
Yeah, this is one guy that if he get the first chance he get to be back home, he's gonna be. back home.
He works hard too, right?
Hey, let's say a special good morning to the men and women of the Coast Guard unit. I have to say a special good morning to them. Hope that you all are having a wonderful day today. And to the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force on a whole, to say a special good day to you, the Fire Service, the Immigration Department, and to those of you in the prison service, a special, glorious Grenadian good morning to each and every one of you. All right?
Are you trying to say the police and them ram it up?
The police and them, I don't know what take place now, boy. I can't say that. I can't say that.
Are you trying to say your data showing that the police ramming up?
I can't say that. I can't say that.
You know me, I could say anything, you know.
All I could say is I know the police and them.
Our talk doesn't belong to me.
I know the police and them smart, eh? So that's all I will say.
All I know is 88% of them voted.
Yep, and I know the police.
Which is a high number.
Yeah, and people keep talking about, this 19,000 people in vote. Let's look at that figure. Zingo, off the back of your hand, how many Grenadians you know in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Let's just look at Brooklyn alone. Now we're looking at Texas, North Carolina,
Brooklyn,
South Carolina, where we have people listening to this program and
a lot.
messaging here right now.
Very close to the voting population.
So how much you know in Brooklyn? Brooklyn alone. In Brooklyn alone is very close to what we have as registered voters. About 50,000. Yeah. In your estimation? In my estimation. So imagine how many of those are actually registered voters.
Imagine how much of them are registered voters.
Down here. Not all would be.
No, not
but
all. Yeah.
A good bit. Then if you look at the UK.
Yeah.
Remember,
and plus
Grenadians
you haven't gone out of state yet, you know.
Right. But
you remember a gentleman calling on the program and he was calling from where again? Texas?
Yeah.
And who he was coming in to vote for again? The NDC?
No.
Yeah, he said.
Oh, that one, yes.
That one.
Yes.
You have to play the thing for him.
Yeah. But that one. The outside of that though, when you look at the UK, where Grenadians do not need a visa to go to the UK, there are quite a number of Grenadians that are over there right now.
And when they start to make pongs, forget that.
Yeah. And they are registered voters here. I know of many registered voters.
When they start to make that pongs and then forget that, they ain't coming back here.
And then there are quite a few that are down in Trinidad. Then you have those that are out on scholarships and that kind of thing. Then you have those that are in Canada. Then you have those that are in other parts of the United States and other Caribbean islands. When the hurricanes passed last year, remember, many countries, we had to go and get with people in different countries, and so because there were so many Grenadians out there. And many of them are voting Grenadians. They registered and everything here.
I have brothers in Trinidad.
Yeah. You have some people that look.
I have brothers in Trinidad.
I have brothers and sisters in Trinidad too.
Yeah.
You have
John Dick from Carrigo.
Right.
Tony. I have brothers down there.
Registered.
Roger. Kent.
And then you look at, for instance, the religious people. For instance, you have some people who have the Adventist faith that do not vote. They would get the identification card, but they do not vote. You have some people of the Jehovah's Witness faith. They would register to get the identification card, a form of identification for when they're transacting business. But they do not vote.
So that
and there are other denominations that do not vote. They register, but they don't vote. Yeah, you have a lot of guys who are different parts of the Rastafarian faith.
Yeah.
They would register because they need that for when they're going to the bank to do something. Also, it's easier to get that than it is to get an NS card. So they get that form of identification. And they have that so that they can go to the bank and they could do what they have to do and so on. But they do not vote. So this kind of thing about 19,000 people vexed with one side or the other, not that. Some people is religious and some people wanted to vote and they just were not here. Yeah? So we have to understand it from that context. Let's use on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Oh, Lord.
You make the voice.
Oh, Lord.
That voice can't.
Oh, Lord. That's my beat. That's calling it.
Oh, Lord.
Kakabawi.
Oh, Lord. Kakabawi. I just beat up that like,
Dominoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Think he's a test too much.
Mr. Phil Bristol, how are you?
Phil Bristol, good morning.
Zingo, tell you don't take my call. I've been trying for a couple hours now.
Oh dear, sorry for that.
I told him that. I told him that's born Phil. The man that was beat up, do not take that call because he go want a challenge.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Blow your whistle, man. We good.
We quite fine, man. How is Carriacou doing?
Well, boy, I'm singing a song. I don't know if you guys want to hear it. It is well with my soul. I feel so good.
Man. Let go, man. Feel free. You're on hard talk.
I feel like a diver diving without a tank.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord.
I mean, our lyrics like
what?
Our lyrics like crazy.
Bunfield.
Yeah, my brothers.
Yes, man. So we realized that you all had a resounding victory there in Carriacou, Petit Martinique.
Yes, we have to say thanks to our people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is quite clear, you know, the messages has been out there and the people know what the facts are. And they continue to believe in the new National Party. And I told you that before. I said, Carriacou, never mind the noise in the market is not the sale of the fish. Carriacou, Petit Martinique people are intelligent people and we know exactly what we want. Because I told them, I said, listen, the worst thing we could do is to have Carriacou and Petit Martinique up in opposition.
Yeah.
It would be a kind of position to end up in opposition.
Well, no, we know better than that, and I mean we have a wonderful candidate now, our minister.
Yeah.
And I am so happy to be a part of the process in advising people to carry the torch for the new National Party. And you know, on behalf of our party, I just want to thank everybody that supported us and believe in the leadership that we presented, and we are prepared to stand up and support our sister. And you know, as time progresses, we'll see. But I'm very optimistic. The future looks bright for the young people of our country, and especially this constituency of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Yeah.
I am so proud of our young people. I cannot, you know, words are not even adequate to say thanks. But in a nutshell, you know, I am very pleased.
And I'm glad to see the approach that the Honourable Kendra Mathurin Stewart and her team have taken on the islands of Carriacou and Petit Martinique in extending that hand to the members of the NDC who voted against the new National Party, but still extending the hand, understanding that as kayaks we is one people.
Yeah.
We don't watch it in the face, so we still extend a hand to them to be part of the development of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Yes, my brother, I am very, very pleased that the people of Petit Martinique, our messages continue to remain positive. And, well, as a matter of fact, they know they cannot challenge us in any way. We have the leadership that the country needs. We have the representation in Kendra, Mathurin Stewart, who, you know, give up all our practice to provide that leadership for us. And we are very proud of our daughter.
Yes, indeed.
You know,
Yes,
so
indeed.
I am just so happy to be a part of it, be a part of the new National Party team that propel our cause to bring us to this point. So I am very, very, very happy, and to our family who continue to support us, we just want to say thanks.
Yes.
All right.
So
thank you so very much.
Thank you so very much.
And my brother also tells Ingo before you go back to the United States, I would invite him to come up to Carriacou so we could go to Petit Martinique and play a good game.
Yeah, because I don't get a good game in Carriacou. You know, there is no one on the island of Carriacou that could beat me. So.
And I would like to
we
play
might have to
against
go
you,
PM.
Ingo, you know that.
Yeah, we might. You want to play with me?
With you or against you, it would be a privilege.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, but it's time like now. You see, if the NDC take a page from you, your book, you know, the amount of licks I give you, look, you want to play with me now.
But listen, you know, the fact remains when two king meet, one has to be dethroned.
Oh, my.
I find two all you want to get on that. Watch. Bye-bye, Bunfield.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Yeah. You something to see me one day, man.
Yes, I'm looking
All
forward.
right. Good.
All right. Let me say a special happy birthday to Terry. She listens to our program every single day.
Yeah.
And let me say a very special happy birthday to my good friend Terry. Yeah, even though you're on the road, I know somebody's going to pass the message to you.
Yeah, happy birthday
Hello,
to you.
good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Sheldon.
Hi.
This is Cruikshank.
Yeah, what's going on?
Ajay, listen now, I want to ask you something. There is a man in Delma area, in the Delma area.
Mm-hmm.
He used to always call you,
Yeah.
and he Mr. Scott.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing him.
Yeah.
No, he did. He did.
Oh, because I was wondering what, because I'm not hearing him.
No,
I wonder if something wrong.
No, here's what happened. He complaining these days he not getting through. He said, Mr. Scott, it is extremely difficult to get through to her these days.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's there.
He's
take
there.
care.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised that he's trying to call right now, because he calls nearly every day, but he doesn't always get through. Yeah? That's my good friend there. Yeah, he'll call in a while. You never can tell. Okay, yeah, he'll call in a while. Once he gets the opportunity and according to how he's working, he'll call. Yeah, Julian Fadon is saying on the live there, he's saying we also have to take into consideration the people when they're talking about that 19,000 people.
Yeah.
The people who have died and were not yet removed from the list. The people who were at hospital and couldn't leave the hospital to go out and vote. And that would be a significant number of people who would be at the various hospitals and so on, or ill and can't leave home to go and vote. And a smaller number, the ones in prison as well, in custody. So they would also make up a part of that number. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, morning.
How are you?
David makes
enjoying the program as usual. I am. Zingo, I go to Carriacou every week, so you can come up with me and we'll deal with Bondfield. Anyways, I just wanted to make a little correction here. When you spoke about some of the religious groups that don't vote, I was born an Adventist. I no longer belong to that organization. But there is barring from with the members from voting. I grew up knowing that my mother used to vote. They vote. They do vote. They don't go. Well, they never used to publicly go and declare who they're voting for. But nowadays, the young people and of the others go to the rallies and they vote, and so that's not one of the groups that are really subjected to not voting. They're very open with it. Some may not declare who they vote for, but it's that organization is very open to voting. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that a little bit.
No problem.
You guys have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, I was just speaking off of knowing a few who tell me due to that they do not participate and so. But that's maybe just a small percentage. So we have a caller online. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to get you, Sheldon.
Yes, you're live on the program.
Live.
Go right ahead.
Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you have somebody in the line, so...
Have you on the line?
We on the line.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be listening to the radio, so you should be listening to the phone. Go right ahead. You're live.
Yeah. Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Indian here, you know.
Indian from Cheryl?
Oh, gosh.
But you're hanging up my phone. I want to talk to Indian.
Indian from Cheryl?
Sheldon.
I want to talk to Indian. I'm hanging up my phone.
Oh, God. Sheldon, I don't like how you're treating me.
Oh, how are you treating you?
Yeah, but you don't even healing me up. You know, I hear you healing up everybody.
Well, if you used to call regular, I get healed. If you used to call it regular, I get healed up too.
Well, how much days now I'm trying to call, but I don't get in through.
Okay. The thing rough.
The thing rough?
No, unlike other programs where they have to beg people to call. By the time you run down the phone,
I say, well, you throw me out?
Nah, man.
I say, well, you throw me out. So I say, well, let me keep neutral because I don't hear you. I can't get you.
Can't sit down.
Oh, God. Shall I why do me that?
Man, meet me personal and complain now. We want to take up time on radio to complain for.
Oh, God.
I'm complaining the right way you can get it.
So Indiana doesn't be up that side.
Sheldon, I want to congratulate my Prime Minister.
Yeah, man.
Is your Prime Minister too, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's your Prime Minister first.
Prime Minister and your Prime Minister. I want to congratulate Dr. Michel and the victory. And well, you know we work.
Yeah.
And we pull through that. I want to congratulate Dr. Michel, and I hope, well, things work out okay and everybody get a fair share. And how much days now I'm trying to call you to get in touch with you, and I'll get into you. I don't know. I say, well, like, the only thing Indian on the phone, so they're blocking up me call.
Actually, I can't see that, so I wouldn't know.
So, Sheldon, I wish you and Devon does a good job for the couple months gone by. We want to say to you, Sheldon, keep up the good work. And then we're behind NNP 100%.
Yeah.
And I want to congratulate the Prime Minister. And if he wasn't there, the Prime Minister was no way. So we want to congratulate the Prime Minister. And we want to say to the Prime Minister, have a good next 5 years. I don't hope he resigns before 5 years, you know. Because we want to hold him for the next 5 years. He can't resign now, you know. He can't resign now, you know. Tell the Prime Minister, I don't see him. Tell him he can't resign now.
Hey, me, you don't see him, I see him Saturday.
Right?
You all and him will have that discussion.
I wish all the best and all of us, all the best and think. Tell me something about Sunday. Picking up.
Oh yes, Sunday, we're going to have the swearing-in ceremony. It's going to be at 3 p.m. at the National Stadium.
Okay.
So 3 p.m. National Stadium.
I got the information, which is right, but I didn't get it from the official
source,
you know. Yeah. So I didn't want to spread the news. Although I spread the news already, you know, because we go in the stadium 3 o'clock to go and witness the.
Put on a nice Dan.
So, Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Them fellas get a whitewash, you know. They wash them down, we bathe them down. They get a flush out.
Oh, gosh. But
Sheldon, oh, gosh.
At the end of the day, boss, at the end of the day, a week ago, that happened. All of us is one. That's the main
All
one.
of us is one.
All right, so if you see an NDCI today, hug them.
I don't condemn that.
Now hug them.
Hug them.
Shake their hand. Pat them on the shoulder, let them know everything is all right. We're one people and all of us working together to move the country forward. All right, my brother?
So, Sheldon?
Yes, sir.
Have a good day, you and Devon.
All right.
And I might see you in the park Sunday.
Okay.
All right.
Definitely.
Take care. Have a good
all right,
day.
brother.
All right.
And we have a caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Sheldon and Zingo.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I'm calling from New York. I just want to extend happy congratulations to the NNP team, especially St. Patrick West and St. Patrick's East, to Miss Pamela Moses and Tony Bosa. And I pray that God will bless the NNP party, that they will do what is right for the people. And also would like you to extend birthday greetings to my sister, Phyllis Hannibal. Today is her birthday. It's Teresa calling. Just extend a happy birthday to her for me, please. Thank you. God bless you all.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. So happy birthdays going out left, right, and center. Left, right, and center. Yeah, Zingo, you have to go?
Yeah, give me the man drink.
Yeah, Zingo, with over on the next side, just check with the receptionist there. It actually marks Zingo on the back.
And how I've been there and is it?
As soon as you enter the office there, you just look right at the side there. It on a thing there, right there.
Not enough for me.
Yeah, you're gone. We only had like 1 minute remaining.
1 minute.
And the man going to walk off the set with 1 minute remaining. 1 minute. That boy no good. That boy no good. Telling all you that boy no good. This boy's a slacker.
I better than the other one you allow me. I'm gonna call him. Good morning to you, my brother. Out there in St. David's.
And folks, we have a special guest that should be in with us on a Friday. We're going to be doing a little review of the week and the election campaign and so on Friday. Good. It's a program I believe you would definitely want to listen in on too. That's all the time we have for Hard Talk today.
I'll send somebody back to singing, right?
I didn't think he should go back there either. He wasn't kind of successful.
Call somebody.
Yeah, he wasn't successful there at all. So I know he was. Not like he was. Man, if I've come in
lyrics like rain.
Yeah, we go see this Calypso competition. We go see some stuff. Yeah, we go here. Folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with you. We got to get out of here. Zingo had to run across to the stadium, and I feel I might make it across there too. Yeah, you know, all you know when it's sports, that is my thing, and that is my time. All right? Yeah. So we're going to get out of here. By tomorrow, I should be able to strip some audio so we can have other things. You understand? We go handle some scenes tomorrow with a certain individual. Yeah. Needy and greedy. We'll teach you a lesson. Yeah. We get one lesson already, ain't Lon? All right, okay.
Two coming.
Yeah. It's like teacher beat you for homework yesterday. Still go and do homework today. Still going. And you're so rude, you walk with the tamba and whip for your own licks. Anyhow, that's all the time we have for today. And whatever you say and do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you and not about you.
As patriots will never stay still. We have the most beautiful country to build. Oh yes, it's all about Grenada. They had it and they falter. The people take it back, cause they don't know where to start. The economic downturn, we required men with vision to rescue this country. Thank God for NNP. There is no room for failure as we step into the future, confident and strong. This country moving on. Can you see that Grenadians blind? He disrespect the Constitution.